The Su family was facing a terrible crisis. They were drowning in debt, their business was suffering heavy losses, and to make matters worse, the Han family had suddenly broken off their marriage arrangement with Su Yan. Everyone believed that Su Yan had lost his last hope, but then something unexpected happened at the wedding. Su Yan jokingly said, "Whoever catches this bouquet, I will marry her." The bouquet landed in the hands of a strange young woman. Everyone immediately started laughing. Some called her a beggar. Others said she was mentally slow. But the girl innocently looked at Su Yan and asked, "If I marry you, will I get food every day?" Su Yan replied, "Yes, every day." "Will I get sweets?" "Yes, you will." The girl smiled and immediately said, "Then I'll marry you." While everyone else was laughing at Su Yan, he realized that this girl was the only person who had not looked down on him. So that very day, he married her and brought her home. The girl could not even remember her own name properly, so Su Yan gave her a name, Yan Yan. Everyone thought Su Yan had completely lost his mind. His friend warned him, "The Su family is already in trouble. How could you bring home a stranger and marry her?" Su Yan calmly replied, "Everyone abandoned me when I was at my lowest. She was the only one who held my hand. I didn't marry her out of pity. I made this decision myself." But nobody knew that Yan Yan was slowly beginning to protect Su Yan in her own way. She always wanted to stay beside her husband and even insisted on going to his company. Although everyone thought she was foolish, there was something unusual about her behavior. One day, a businessman took advantage of Su Yan's situation and humiliated him. The Liu family demanded that Su Yan use 51% of the Su family's shares as collateral. They even tried to force him to kneel and sign the agreement. Despite being under enormous pressure, Su Yan refused to sign. Just then, Yan Yan stepped forward. She looked at them and said, "No one is allowed to make my husband kneel." Everyone laughed at her, but there was no foolishness in Yan Yan's eyes anymore. She took her husband and left. On the way home, Su Yan sadly said, "I'm sorry you had to see all that today." Yan Yan simply smiled and replied, "You did the right thing. You didn't kneel." But Su Yan had no idea that his wife had already made a decision. From that moment on, she would protect him. The next morning, shocking news spread. The Liu family had suddenly fallen into trouble. An investigation had been launched against their company. Their board of directors had been suspended. And Liu Manli herself had come to the Su family to apologize. Liu Manli said, "I was wrong yesterday. I have signed these documents. The Liu family will no longer demand any debt from the Su family." Su Yan was completely stunned. How had everything changed overnight? He had no idea that his own wife was behind it all. But the truth about Yan Yan was much more shocking. 7 years earlier, a young woman had found an unconscious girl lying on the roadside. She saved her life. The girl could not remember who she was. Before leaving, the young woman gave her a special bracelet and said, "If you ever face a problem you cannot overcome, take this bracelet to know. 18 Huainan Street, someone there will help you." The girl asked, "What is your name?" The young woman answered, "Dongfang Yan." 7 years later, on Su Yan's wedding day, the girl who caught the bouquet was the very same person who had once been saved, and now she had finally found the chance to repay that debt. Yan Yan was not a beggar. She was actually Dongfang Yan, the heiress of the powerful Dongfang family. Her family had already arranged a marriage for her with another man, but she firmly refused. She told her people, "No one gets to decide who I marry." Then she gave her assistant another order. "I want the complete list of Su Corporation's creditors and suppliers on my desk tomorrow morning." The assistant was surprised. "Miss, are you really worried about Su Yan?" Dongfang Yan calmly replied, "I just want to see how far Su Yan can go on his own, but I will never allow anyone to break his spirit." Meanwhile, Su Yan still knew nothing. He believed that his wife was simply an innocent and foolish girl, but an even bigger problem was approaching. Dongfang Yan's former marriage arrangement was also coming back into her life, and she knew that sooner or later, Su Yan might discover her real identity. The biggest problem was that Su Yan hated lies. Yan Yan knew that she could not hide the truth forever, but she had already made her choice. 7 years ago, Su Yan had saved her life. 7 years later, when the entire world turned its back on Su Yan, she returned to save him. But now, one question remained. What will happen when Su Yan discovers that the beggar and foolish girl he married is actually the powerful heiress of the Dongfang family?